Why hello my beautiful friends, it's Lisa here from Arcane&Stellar. Welcome to my channel for this timeless pick a card reading. So we're going to be looking at what you don't expect to happen, okay? So this is sort of like unexpected news, changes, shifts, things that are coming your way that you just don't see coming. So with that being said, we've got 4 groups to choose from, and I want you to use your intuition to help you, find the right group and message for you. So take a moment, and focus on the images, meditate on them, and see where you're feeling drawn. You might feel drawn to more than one, and that's totally fine too. You will find the timestamps up in the description box, so it'll help you get right to your message. We have group number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So go ahead, like I said, take a moment if you need to, pause the video, and I'll see you in your timestamp. Hello, my beautiful friends. So if you've chosen group number 1, this is going to be your reading. So let's just cleanse the area here and get started. I'm going to go ahead and take a few charms as well to try to help us get more information. So the unexpected in your life. There we go. Okay. Let me just turn these over. Oh, nice. The Pegasus. Makes you think of freedom. Okay. And we've got the horseshoe. So we see some luck coming your way. The butterfly, a beautiful image of transformation. We also have, I have no idea what I'm doing. Interesting. Okay, so let's see, which is funny because of the candle. So we have the letter and the candle. And that's what you've chosen. And then we also have air. Seek a union of mind and spirit. We have the book and the letter. So we have the letter twice. So there's some sort of communication coming in, obviously. There's something written, something communicated to you. We have here change as well. Falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. This is interesting. Okay, we also have evidence, detection, investigation, and proof. Ooh, okay, so this is interesting because I feel like for a lot of you, what is happening? I have no idea what I'm doing. For those of you that are feeling lost about what you're doing, maybe it's like you want to enact a change in your life, but you're just not sure of what the outcome is or how to do it, or there's something there that's kind of like, it's like a lack of information, and it maybe even makes you feel uneasy with the air card, because it says here, seek a union of mind and spirit. So it's like, your spirit wants one thing, your mind tells you another thing. You kind of get in that loop of like, well, but, and you come up with all these illogical things, but maybe your spirit is going to lead, it's trying to lead you somewhere, but your mind kind of steps in and all that stuff and kind of talks you out of it, as an example. I feel like you're coming to a place where there's illumination, where there's understanding. It's like you've got the ample evidence, you've got the, that sort of thing going on there. Now, obviously, the letter came up twice, so we definitely see strong things about written word, and there could be it could be somebody doing a petition for you or something happening in that way. There could be actually a really good letter coming your way, like some sort of communication, email, maybe it's a letter in the mail or something like that, but it feels like it's a positive thing here, right? Because obviously the candle, it lights our way through. It is a light bulb moment. It is a moment of enlightenment. It's about learning and passion and all these sorts of things, right? So we can see a time of learning and discovery. And that's what we get with the book and the letter as well. It's almost like you're being aware of everything. And I think that's the unexpected. So if you feel very lost in some area of your life, whatever that may be, it's like you just don't even know what's coming, and you're like, man, maybe your mind is like saying one thing, maybe your heart tells you it'll be all right. Have you ever had that where, I have, where I felt like everything was going to be okay, but my mind would be like, no, it's not going to be okay because of X, Y, Z, and I would come up with all these logical things as to why it's not going to be all right, even though my heart's telling me to do it, or, you know what I mean? And my spirit is kind of, itching to do it. And it's always nice when you find out that you have the proof that it's going to be okay. I do feel like a really positive transformation here, like I said, and I do feel like Some of you might be going into entrepreneurship or doing something in that realm, by the way, too, growing your financial wealth. And it's like seeing clearly. It's just like, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. That song. And that's what I feel. It's like you get the investigation, you get the proof here with evidence. It's almost like you're going to see like the things that kind of satisfy your mind or your brain. You know what I mean? Because it is good to like follow your heart, but of course you want to use your logic too. But it's like, I feel like whatever's happening here, I guess the best way to describe what I'm feeling and sensing is that it's like you get the evidence that backs up what you kind of already thought would happen or what you wanted to happen, or it's like somehow it comes into an alignment. It's sort of like, okay, there's enough evidence here that I think I could actually move. And even think about the candle. The candle only lights like a specific, portion of the room we're in. And so it's like, it doesn't have very far-reaching light, but it's like where you are aware of the next step. And I do feel like here, there's going to be a big change in your life, With the falling leaves do not signify the end, but the beginning of a fruitful season. And maybe for some of you, it's like you're afraid to end something because logically it doesn't make sense. Maybe it's like, oh, well, if I quit my job, I'm going to lose my income's going to go down by like 40%, and then that's going to be a problematic thing, and then blah blah blah. But it's like somehow it's like it's coming together where you have the evidence that you could do something, or that you can make this change, that it's safe, and it's like the logic comes in to really like light that path. You know what I mean? It's like where your mind and your spirit are in sync, and you actually know what the heck to do. And like I said, I think this is it's interesting because of the book here. And then this can talk about investigation. So can the book as well. The book can talk about like uncovering information. But there is something here in the letter that indicates to me that it's like you have the material that you need in order to move forward. Okay? And there's luck to it as well. But here we have the term be. And so it's about being who you are. And I think you will find that you're in a very good state where you're living in the moment and there isn't too much concern. And it's like you, because you understand what's going on. For some of you, doing work with saints or angels might be helpful. I do notice that we have Jesus here on the cross. So there might be some sort of religious aspect. Maybe something will happen in that way, or that could be a connection, but it could talk about faith and again, there might be like certain sacrifices, but it's like going to be for the greater good as well. That's another, kind of thing that we could apply to that imagery. But yeah, so, and we also have, like I said, the butterfly, which again, kind of goes with that change as well. And it's like, can you imagine, like, think about the butterfly, like how it comes to be. And it's like a caterpillar. And how can you imagine a caterpillar could turn into such a beautiful thing? Even though I think caterpillars are stinking cute, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's quite a drastic change that occurs with that. And it's almost like unbelievable. Like it defies like logic in a way. You know what I mean? It's just like, wow, what the hell? If you really think about it, stop and think about it. It's like there's that caterpillar and then it turns into this cool looking butterfly. It's just bizarre if you really, really think about it. And I think that's what the essence here is that you're going to see things transform, and it's like, it's what you knew you could be or what you hoped to be. And it's like, but you see the actual physical results, and you know what I mean? Anyway. And we have here the Pegasus, which makes me think of like freedom and, that ability of movement. And we also have the suitcase. So that's really interesting too. Some of you might be changing locations or moving somewhere or traveling somewhere. We have here London, Moscow, and Hong Kong, right? So it's like, maybe for some of you, maybe if you've been a traveler, it's about finding where to settle down, or there could be some aspect of this, or it could be about going somewhere else and finding that place that you want to go to. Some of you might have some unexpected travel in your near future as well, that you're not expecting. You don't see it coming, that opportunity to travel, to spread your wings, to see what's out there. And it gives you a better sense. It's kind of like you get the evidence. It's kind of like, we were just talking about that with my husband. I was talking about it with my mom as well, and my dad even. We were all talking about it lately. But it was like, there have been times where I just picked up with my kids and my husband, and we got in a car and we drove clear across the country, and we'd never been to like that place before, and we just moved there. And I was like, man, I feel like I'm kind of too scared to do that kind of stuff now, but I did it successfully many times before. I often went places I'd never been. I've moved to a lot of places like that blindly. And that's because that's not even the first time I've done it. But And it's just like, oh, but I kind of feel like scared to do it now. And it's like, well, why? You know what I mean? Because it's like, you'll find the way. And anyway, but I'm not saying that's for all of you, but it just kind of reminds me of that energy of what I was just discussing earlier. And a lot of times I feel like my conversations around readings, around the time of readings can really play into the energy of what people need to hear. And it's like, it comes to me for a reason. I'm talking about it for a reason. But anyway, that's what I'm getting. Definitely see that where you feel, like I said, that you have no idea what the hell you're doing. That is a... Look at this. I just knocked over cards on accident for my message cards, and it says, you took me by surprise. Yeah, you're going to be surprised at how things turn around, like how you know and you have the evidence, or you actually have the results, or there's something there that gives you, like I said, this sort of peace of mind in regards to moving forward. And oops, let me see. Of course it fell down. We got defend here with Scorpio. Some of you might be Scorpios. Some of you might expect this in Scorpio season. For some of you, if you are mounting a defense of any kind, you might actually find some peace with that. Maybe there will be some things uncovered. You know what I mean? Maybe that's for some of you. If you are trying to kind of defend yourself or bring some sort of energy about that, okay? So, because I could see that with evidence in like the letter, it might be that you get good proof of something. Maybe that's your unexpected, that you're going to get that proof and you can actually prove it, and then it brings peace to your soul. Okay? And I think that'll be a specific message for a few special people that, are going through such situations. So yeah, with that being said, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and go. I wish you all the very, very best. I hope your day is bright and beautiful and blessed, and I wish you the best health and happiness in your future. And thank you for being here. And please subscribe if you haven't. I'd love for you to stick around. You can get a personal reading with me through my Etsy store, which is up in the description box. And you can also get astrology readings there as well. What else? Oh, I have a YouTube membership as well, where I do private, kind of pick a cards that are more focused. And yeah, so go ahead and check it out if you'd like. Thank you so much for being here, and I wish you all the very, very best. Take care. Hello, my beautiful friends. You chose group number 2 here. We've got the question card, number 10. Now we also have the airplane. Interesting. So some of you might be traveling unexpectedly. Maybe you guys are going to actually fly somewhere, and it will be something that you don't even see coming. Okay. Now we also have, let's see here, we've got the house and the crossroad. We've got here wish, make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. And eternal love, eternity, consistency, and soulmate. Wow. So, you guys, let's see. I'm going to get some charms as well, so we can kind of, I guess that one wanted to come out right. Oh, we got the fish of abundance. Okay, let me stop here. Oh, we've got service, 2 years award. Okay. And we also got the turtle, and we've got the unicorn. And we've got this little bunny playing tennis. How cute. Okay. Okay. So we have got, let's see, the stars. A long journey brings rewards. Interesting because of that 2 years service. Some of you might actually get some sort of recognition for something you've been putting your effort into. It doesn't have to be 2 years specifically, but for some of you, it might be that there's something that you've been wanting for like the past 2 years, and you're going to see the results, okay? For some of you, if you are starting something new as well, and you're kind of questioning it, I want to say that in 2 years from now, you'll be in a much different place, is what I will say. Okay, so if you are kind of contemplating something, a change of some kind, I would say that you definitely could expect something in the next 2 years, and there are good long-term results, okay? Now, with the house and the crossroad, this could be talking about, decisions concerning your home or family life, okay? So this could be about moving as an example, or it could be about maybe feeling indecisive or hesitating as well. It could be a time where you're like choosing like low risk options or trying not to, you know, kind of deviate too much. But it's like, I feel like you're going to be faced with a choice. It could be about your home. Now, the aeroplane can talk about long distance travel, especially, and also major life changes though in a different direction. So it could be that you're totally changing yourself and you're going to make some long-term changes that are going to be kind of lasting a long time. Okay? We can talk about foreign people and places as well. This can be a great time for achievement and promotion for some of you in terms of career. Especially if you've been questioning, you know what I mean? Like maybe there's some question like, oh, will I get this promotion or not? Like, I'm not sure. Like I feel very uncertain or whatever. This could actually talk about, you know, really feeling like you're getting something out of it. We could see abundance coming in, obviously, with the fish, because fish represent, you know, abundance, monetary gains, and, you know, this sort of abundant resource. And it's almost like it's like some sort of doubt is being quelled. And I don't know. I just feel like if you've been questioning something, maybe you put a lot of effort into something and it still hasn't gone anywhere. Well, you might find that, you know, with a wish being made, you're going to find long-term results in this. It's so interesting because even eternal love and the long journey and the service award, it all implies things that are lasting a long time. Do you notice that? It's like this correlation. There's a theme going on where it's kind of like, oh, it's going to keep going. And I definitely get that. I do feel like for some of you, obviously with eternal love, we also have Leo there representing to me, you know, the sun, but also the fifth house perhaps, and at least how I'm looking at it from the charm perspective. And that can talk about romance coming in, right? So, and even the turtle, think about that. Turtles have such a long life. There's something unexpected here where there's a long thing, a long game, a long something. Like maybe some of you are going to be making a big commitment. Maybe you're going to buy a house, or, you know, you're taking you're going to take a move that will actually last a very long time or have a long effect on your life. But it's like this unexpected. It's not some kind of like, oh, hey, you get this nice thing or whatever. Like, I feel like whatever you guys are getting, it's something that will last. And it's something that has lasting effects, like a long-term effect. And it's like that sort of thing. It's something that will continue and grow. It's not some sort of like, oh, you might go on vacation or whatever, and then come back and then go back to normal life. No, this is like total change. And it's something, like I said, that's going to stick, like it's sticking with you. Now, we also, and I feel like where you're feeling kind of confused or uncertain, make a wish of what you really want to happen as well. Like, I feel like telling you that, like, definitely take, you know, the moment to kind of think about what's really on your heart and make that wish. And the questions will be answered, like on how to do it or what to do as well. I definitely sense that. Oh, by the way, we also have Embrace Your Imperfections here. That came out. Sorry, I almost like missed out on that one. Wow. Okay, so we have some family stuff going on here. For sure. Okay, so the family card came out, and then we have the house here too. So that's also related to family. So there could be something going on within the family that actually, I think it's a good thing. I feel like it's a good thing. Some of you might be really settling down. Some of you might even, oh wow, even with Leo, by the way, fifth house, children. Some of you might have some sort of good thing with your child. Maybe your child's going to succeed at something or is making a good long-term choice or decision in their life, and it's going to, you know, be a blessing to them and you as a family. And obviously that's going to be a more specific message for, you know, where it's applicable, but, you know. Some of you might be moving and creating your own family or finding a place to raise a family or something like that. Or maybe you're meeting the person you'll have a family with that you'll settle down. Maybe for some of you, you're like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever settle down and get married and have a family, or, you know, whatever that means to you. And it could be a dog. It doesn't have to be kids, you know. But it's like you don't even expect it because maybe it seems like such a question mark in your life right now. It's just like, I don't even know, you know. But actually it's like, you might be moving towards that more quicker than you think, right? And think about the airplane. It's different than the car. A car takes a longer time, you know, to journey somewhere. The airplane takes us for longer distance faster. So that's kind of interesting too, because it could show a speeding up energy. You know what I mean? Like where you're speeding up, especially because we also have that tennis little tennis bunny. So I think of tennis as kind of a quick sport, quick reactions. And maybe for some of you, there will be sort of like a quick reaction, but it actually works out to your benefit. It's sort of like you get this opportunity and you snap it up, you know what I mean? So even for those of you that are looking for a home, or maybe you work in real estate or something like that, you're going to get, you know, what you want, or there's going to be some good results there. I just feel like for a lot of you, 2 years from now is going to be a totally different experience, you know, for you in life. And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of this unexpected stuff, it's going to have like very lasting, like long-term effects, as I mentioned. Now, yeah, it's like the world's your oyster and you have just so much. I feel like you are starting on new journeys. And for some of you, like I said, it could be your child as well. Like, especially if you're like, for some of you, if you have a child that's older and you're like, oh, will they ever find direction? Will they ever find themselves? They will, okay? And maybe some of you are worried, oh, my child might grow up and leave me and just like move on. No, I feel like they're eternally yours. Like they'll always be with you no matter what they do or where they go. Particularly if you're like a father figure. But anyway, no, but here we have, I don't know, structure and leadership and a sense of power that comes your way. And it's like stable and it's lasting and it's like you got a plan and a map. And even thinking about the stars, it's like a map, right? As well. So it's almost like you have a bird's eye view of something. Even the airplane, think about when you're in the airplane, how it looks when you look down at the ground and everything looks like, you know, squares or whatever in different shapes. And it's like you've got a good view of something to make a good decision is what I'm getting. And that's kind of the unexpected part. I do feel like I said, for some of you, there will be a recognition for you. And you will find yourself in a much better place or a good place in 2 years from now. Not to say that you won't have goodness before then, but I'm just saying that like 2 years from now, totally different than where you're at now. Like just, you can't imagine. Like it's going to be a totally different life. And I think that, yeah, you don't even see it coming because it might not even be something you're necessarily even considering too hard, right? Anyway, and I think you'll see some of these unexpected things quicker than that. Let me see, actually, timing for group number 2 on this. Like, when can they start to see this coming in? Like, approximately. I would say in the next 6 months. The mice can actually indicate quite quickly. It can be a very quick timing card. So I would say actually maybe even less than that for some of you. It could be like even less than that. Obviously, it's hard to do timing for such a, you know, possibly large group of people. It's not very realistic, is it? But I thought I'd try, give it a shot, right? But anyway, that's what I see for you guys. I really do hope that this reading was helpful for you. If you want to get a personal reading, you can do that through my Etsy store, which is up in the description box. You can join here as a member on the channel as well. And, you know, see some exclusive pick-a cards and all that good stuff. Check out my tiers and stuff like that, and you'll see what I got. But yeah, take care, and I hope you have a beautiful, blessed, and bright and happy day wherever you are. And I'm wishing you lots of happiness and good health and, you know, just all good things coming your way. Good vibes. Take care, guys, and I'll see you all next time. Hello, my beautiful friends. So if you chose group number 3 here, you've chosen the bellows. We also have the money here too. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so we also have the golem. A close friend acts on your behalf. Someone might be really pumping you up for a raise. or trying to do something where maybe it even seems hopeless. Like I feel like first, ooh, this is interesting. We have here transform and we've got stubbornness. Okay, so interesting messages. I'm going to grab a few charms now to kind of see what we can get. Okay, let's see here what we've got. We got a lot of signs. We got two Geminis, Gemini symbols, and we've got here Leo as well. So astrology signs. We've also got the wolf, which makes me think of a pack. We've got here Abu with the little jewel, and we've got here find joy in the journey. This beautiful little heart with wings. We got the skull and crossbones, and then we've got here tulips. So what do we got here? So bellows. This is interesting because we have the possibility of something reigniting. So this might be an increase in finances because of money right there. So this could be something that kind of, because bellows are used to kind of get the fire going again, right? And so it's like maybe for some of you, your passion may increase towards making money, as an example, towards your job. Obviously, the positive part of the bellows can be that something that has died will reignite, putting new life into an old situation and time to breathe, right? So we can see igniting a passion and watching your money multiply. And so I like that, especially where things have been very stressful and confusing, and maybe it's like money just slips through your hands, and it's just like, oh my God, all my money just like slips through my hands. I can't keep anything. It does feel like that could be something there, right? Now, what's interesting with Abu, we do have that greediness aspect of Abu, which is interesting. So I don't know, maybe it's like you'll have nice things, or you'll be given the opportunity to have nice things. Now, of course, in the Aladdin, he kind of screws everything up with his greediness, but, so I guess there's always that warning not to be too, willy-nilly with your finances, as an example. You know what I mean? Not to destroy something, especially the skull and crossbones, not to be negative, but it's just like, hey, be careful. Because it'd be more based on doing things that are not beneficial to you when you know it. And but anyway, yeah, we have the golem, a close friend acts on your behalf, so it makes you feel like you have an ally, in this world, or somebody who's actually looking out for you. That's why I was saying that maybe someone could recommend you for maybe a promotion or something, or maybe a friend gets you a job, or maybe a friend, brings you this opportunity, this sort of thing. I feel like your heart's going to be soaring though. And I think that's what I'm seeing here. It says here, transform, emerge with grace and beauty from your cocoon. I mix those up. Grace is second, beauty is first, whatever. But anyway, yeah, emerging with beauty and grace from your cocoon. So it feels like there's a big transformation happening where you're finally blossoming in some way, and that sort of thing. And we have find joy in the journey. So again, too, I think that's showing that your passion's up. Maybe for some of you, if you've been feeling kind of listless, bored, uninspired, that sort of thing, I feel like you might feel a little bit more pep in your step. You might be, even if you've really been in a mood, especially with stubbornness, and you just don't even want to hear it. You know what I mean? It's like you're somehow finding yourself feeling better, feeling inspired. We have here victory too. So it makes me think of getting victory in something as well for you. It's like you're the god of the star in your head. So it's like it may be recognition, or you get some sort of, you're like the star. Some of you might even win a friend over who's very stubborn. Maybe for some of you, you're getting an ally. Wow, okay, interesting. I do feel like you're on destined journeys in your life. And some of you might be really working past certain fears and restrictions and finally just taking that leap of faith and going for it. If you've been feeling called to do something, I feel like you might actually make it happen. It's like, okay, I have periods in my life where I feel like very inspired towards a project or an idea. Maybe I have like, kind of like my astrology channel, I'll work on it. I'll get struck by that passion. Of course, it's hard for me because I do have like so many other things going on. So it's really hard for me to like, the energy wise, keeping up with everything. But regardless, I go through periods where I feel so inspired and I can get so much done when I'm in that mood. Like I can just create. And it's like, it may be like that if you've been feeling like that, where you feel like kind of like you're in a lull or you're not really, going somewhere. It's like you start to go. It's like if you've been fearful of like opening your own business as an example, it's like, I know I need to do this and I'm taking that step. I'm starting that journey. And I've got, some inspiration behind me. I've got, this feeling. And I feel like you'll be victorious. I do feel like for some of you, if you want to invest in something, start saving or start really allocating your finances, because that could be something that would hold you back a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, or it could possibly trip you up as an example. But I mean, that would just be a warning per se. It's not something that's destined to happen. It's more like, hey, just be careful, especially if you have such tendencies. With Gemini and Leo, we could see networking possibilities. Again, I do feel like people are talking about you in a good way. Like somebody's saying something, recommending you, doing something to really benefit you. And I think it's going to somehow ignite your finances. You might feel like more money's coming in. And also with Leo too, it's like finding passion and excitement and hobbies and possibly making a hobby or an interest into something that brings you money. And I feel like for some of you, if you really just have been in this mode of like, I don't see any way, and it's almost like you're not hearing anything else, it's like you're going to get out of that. That's what I'm seeing. And finding joy in the journey and just exploring and having fun. I do feel like someone's going to do something nice for you, though. Like, that's definitely something coming your way. Someone's going to do something very nice for you, a friend. Like, somebody's acting on, like I said, your behalf, or doing something kind for you, speaking up for you, that sort of thing. They got positive changes at home. A sign from a past loved one. Some of you might see a sign there as well. And gift, you'll receive a gift. Like I told you, yeah, somebody's going to be giving you something. It's an opportunity, or it's like their word, or again, it might be a physical gift somebody's giving you as well. And I feel like it's going to be something that really kind of does something good for like where you feel very stressed. Because of course, the mice and the clouds together can cause a lot of confusion, insecurity, and it like can drain your energy as an example as well. And even here, it can talk about like poverty or problems, life seems dull, no hope. It's like, I don't know, it's just like that feeling where you start to feel hope again and you start to find perspective. I even get like that sometimes, even where it's like, I don't even feel like I have hope or whatever. It depends on how, like, sometimes you get down. And maybe I've been down. My grandpa died. And so I've been feeling a little bit sad about that. But anyway, like we feel like that where we're just like, eh. But I feel like there's an inspiration coming your way. Like that's what I get. And it's almost like you definitely wouldn't even see it. It's like you, and maybe, maybe that stubbornness is like, nah, no, I don't hear it. But you will. You will. And like I said, I think there is a victory coming your way. If you feel like people are not seeing or hearing you, I think you're going to find out that they actually are. And that's what I'm going to tell you too. Like there may be, like maybe you don't feel seen or heard at work and it's like, no, actually, they do see and hear you. Okay. So anyway, that's what I'm seeing. I really do hope this helps, and I'm wishing you lots of love. If you want to get a personal reading with me, you can go on my Etsy store, which is up in the description box. And of course, if you want to join here as a member, you can get some exclusive pick a card content and stuff like that. But I just want to wish you the best health and happiness, and I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day wherever you are in the world. Take care. Hello, group number 4. I hope that this reading finds you happy, healthy, and doing well. Let's get right into your message. So we've got the horseshoe, which is what you've chosen. We also have the beacon as well. Wow, you're going to be a magnet, I feel like, for luck. You know, even thinking about the horseshoe, I just kind of occurred to me as I was looking at it, and I feel like I've never had this thought before, but I'm like, it looks like a magnet. Like, it has the shape of a magnet where it's like you're just drawing things to you. And it's like, I feel like you guys are moving into a space in your life where you are lucky and you are getting good circumstances. I'm going to get some few charms here. Okay, we've got here the Mario mushroom, which makes you think of leveling up, growing bigger, getting, you know, like more success as an example, stronger, all these sorts of things. We also have forever. Oh, that's funny. I said stronger, and it says here, I choose strength. I didn't even know I had that charm. Okay, we've also got the moon here. We've got the bow, which makes you think of admiration. Oh, we got the ghost here. How cute. That ghost is cute, I think. Okay, I love movies. Okay, so we have here the winds of change. Your surroundings will undergo transition. We got the sun and the bouquet. We've got kindness, illness, and fate. Wow, okay, so for those of you that have felt ill or you felt like you've been having weakness physically, obviously there's a message here that your strength shall improve, that you're going to feel stronger, healthier, and better. And I'm not a doctor, of course. Don't take anything for medical advice. That doesn't mean you shouldn't go to the doctor, etc., etc. But I can't deny it when I see it. Illness is here and strength is here. So it's telling me that you are going to overcome some sort of illness or problem. You're going to feel better. You're going to get better. If you've been feeling fragile, if you've been feeling down, you're going to get better. I see the sun shining and feeling like kindness is coming your way. I feel like generally it's like stopping to smell the roses, enjoying life. I do feel like for a lot of you with I love movies, it might be that, well, some of you might watch a really good movie, but to me it reminds me of like just enjoying life, going out, having a good time. You know what I mean? Like some of you might be asked out on a date soon, unexpectedly, and you might be going to the movies as well, by the way. Because of Leo, the bow, and the I love movies, it makes me think of like maybe some of you go watch a scary movie with somebody. But anyway, yeah. So the horseshoe, like I said, can talk about monetary gain, right? And it can also talk about, you know, good luck coming in, money entering through, oh, it's actually money entering through marriage as well, by the way. So for some of you, if you are married, it could be like money coming through the spouse or the partner, of, you know, in some way, shape, or form as well, because that's another meaning of this card. Now, beacon can talk about multiple options, right? And safe passage, illuminated pathways as well. And it's generally a very positive card. Think of Florence Nightingale as she roamed the hospital wards during the night, caring for the patients, using the beacon to light the way when you're looking into the future. And I think that, you know, it can show that things are moving ahead and it helps you move forward. Because think about what the beacon does, like the lantern, it helps us get, you know, one step ahead, you know, or 2 steps ahead, 5 steps ahead, or whatever. And so I do feel like that there's, you know, like, and even with the sun too, we see like illumination. So I do feel like the pathway's getting illuminated as well. But I also feel like it's showing that you yourself are more visible. And so I want to say that there are admirers around you. And I do feel like you are, even the moon too. Moon's visible in the sky. So it's like, I think you're being seen and noticed, especially in some way, right? And I do feel like that there's an act of kindness or a gift coming your way that's going to be very nice as well, in terms of like you not expecting it. Again, we have kindness, take respite by the pond, and be kind to yourself and others. And I feel like, you know, your kindness as well will be repaid to you. Now, we also have like that fate card, which can talk about coincidence and fortune telling and fatalism. Now, here with the horseshoe, it makes you think that fate is sort of sending luck your way. And it's almost like coincidences are happening left and right. It's almost like you feel like there's a spirit, there's something out there like a ghost, like a spirit helping you out. Some of you might even feel the energy of a spirit quite unexpectedly soon as well. We have here mystery, by the way. So I do feel like for some of you, the things that are happening and the luck that you're attracting, Spirit doesn't want to say everything about it because some of it needs to be kind of like, boo, it happens. You know what I mean? It's like meant to be that way. It's meant to be a little bit hidden, you know? Leave some mystery for it, which leads to more excitement and pleasant feelings when you don't know what's coming. So there's that. Whoa, kindness came out twice. You guys, something nice. Okay, one of the unexpected things is you're like attracting kindness to you. So if you feel like you've been around jerks or whatnot, it's like there's some sort of kindness coming your way. There's like a gift or something nice coming your way. Because that card came out twice. And even bouquet can talk about kindness as well. Like kind of gifts, kindness, sweetness, friendliness from people. And wow. That's really interesting, to be honest. Because it really makes me feel like definitely some sort of kindness coming your way. Like someone's doing something very nice for you. And yeah, we have fear here as well. So some of you might be really dealing with a fear in particular, and I think you'll overcome such a fear here with I choose strength. So even if some of you are afraid of something, maybe for some of you it's like if you're afraid of an illness as an example developing, again I would say still not do anything about it, but I'm just saying that there might be some improvement there. Like maybe you're afraid you'll get sick again, or you're afraid that you'll get weak again, or that you'll have this problem again. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like probably not. Maybe you're worried something will destroy your life, or you've been feeling really down, or something like that. Tell me more about the surroundings will undergo transition. Some of you might be literally moving or going somewhere. You might be traveling, because we have that Six of Swords, which to me represents a travel. Some of you might be traveling for work. We have the King of Pentacles here. Some of you might be going on a trip as well of some kind. Some of you might be offered the opportunity to travel. Some of you might be finding inspiration in travel as well. Like, you know how sometimes you go on a trip and then it feels like good? But this does feel like you're definitely going somewhere. Some of you might be going to see a father figure as well, or a man. Especially like for some of you, it might be father figure, if it fits, not necessarily. Again, there might be a trip paid for by your boss or something like that too, or an opportunity to travel in some way. Some of you might be getting transportation that will help you go travel somewhere. I can see things like of that nature, right? Okay. And anything else here for group number 4? I do feel like for a lot of you, you have a spirit coming through that is around you forever. Like they'll always be there for you. Interesting. Apology, a sincere apology is coming. So some of you, what's unexpected is that someone's going to show you kindness and maybe say sorry or do something good for you. Okay, maybe for some of you this is an apology, like it's not been going well and they're going to do something that is sincere and kind. We also have fear. If fear is unfounded. So that's funny because of the shark that came out earlier. It's fear. I just had a weird ass dream about a shark. It was ridiculous. Anyway, I'm not going to talk to you guys about it because I know how boring sometimes it is when people talk about their dreams. Because you're not you can't comprehend it. I mean, mostly I like to hear about it. Sometimes I get cool readings with that, like where people come to me with their dreams and ask what they meant, and I'm like, this is interesting. But, I'm weird, so, I like that kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, I just feel like it's like shark to me can, represent like a fear And that came out, and it's like a fear is unfounded. It's like, what is scaring you? It's like it's not. Maybe you're afraid someone's going to be mean to you or reject you or do something, but it's like kindness comes your way, or like, something nice. Also, we have a helpful item appears. So someone could be doing something helpful for you, or something good's coming your way that will help you, change things in your life or do things better, and it makes your life easier, right? We have the key here too, by the way. So that talks about unlocking doors and pathways. Think about road opening, right? What do you use in a road opening spell? You use a key, and that opens roads. So it makes you feel like the roads are opening. You're able to transition, you're able to move, and you know what I mean? The way is lit. And I feel like you're just attracting lucky circumstances in general, like kindness from other people, acts of kindness. It's like you're just a magnet for goodness to come your way. And yeah, beautiful. So you guys, I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope it gave you some insight. I wish you all the very, very best. Wishing you lots of good health, happiness, luck, all those good things. And I'd love it if you stuck around. If you want to get a personal reading with me, you can do that by going in my Etsy store, which is up in the description box. You can also join here as a member on the channel if you want some exclusive pick a card content. But otherwise, guys, I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day wherever you are, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.